What? Welcome everybody to That's Good Stuff, our deep dive in the pop culture. Every 2 weeks, I'd say we put this out. This time we got an Amazon. As we wait the apocalypse of movies coming out in the summer, we decided to take a little journey to TV Town and review Amazon's The Citadel. Or it's just Citadel, right? Yeah, just Citadel.
I thought it was the Citadel.
No, it's just Citadel.
Oh, so it's a Citadel.
I don't know what it is. So this comes from the Russo brothers. They're the producers of it. They've done a lot of TV lately. And I was just watching a bunch of Marvel movies. So Winter Soldier still my favorite Marvel movie. I would say still the best.
Great movie.
This one stars another Marvel alum, Richard Madden. It also
forgot about that movie.
Everybody did.
It also has Priyanka Chopra Jones, I think is how you say her name.
Yeah, I like it, like that massive name and then Jones.
Blame or Jonas. It's a Jonas Brothers wife.
Oh God.
So blame
Is
the
it
Jonas
actually?
Brothers.
That's
Yeah.
They just came out with a new album. Isn't that weird?
I don't
You
know which
know
one.
that, but you don't know the background.
It was an ad on Instagram. That's all I know. I was like, really? They made an album again?
Rounding out the cast
We
is
should review
the
it.
great Stanley Tucci, who's always
yeah.
fun. So for this one, it's only 6 episodes long, so we were like, oh, that's pretty easy. We can do this. So for this one, we're gonna talk about the first 3.
I was gonna say, was I supposed to watch all 6? Because I did not.
No, we're gonna talk about the first half of this series. And I probably have never said it, but full spoilers for everything we talk about. We are very spoilerish on this show.
Spoilish.
Just come to expect that. We're going to spoil the heck out of everything. So the first 3 episodes are The Human Enigma, Spies Appear in Nighttime, Infinite Shadows. So, I don't know. Those titles are kind of lame, but okay.
Just the titles?
Okay, let's talk about the first episode. Honestly, this first episode is not the best pilot episode I've ever seen of a show. Didn't really draw me, it didn't really draw me in. It was kind of just like stuff we've seen before. But I want to get your guys' topic or take on it, especially Jared, because he told me that he's got some, I don't know, a hot take story or something.
I had a lot to say because stuff bugged me.
Okay, stuff is bugging
So
me.
let's start off with the first scene when they're on the train, and this very attractive lady goes up to this dude in glasses and starts flirting with him. Immediately, you'd be like, "Oh, spy!" Like, there's no way. I'm sorry, but there's no way. Even if he was rich,
you'd be like, "Do you want to kill me?"
Right, exactly.
I'd be like, "Who are you working for?" But that was the first thing. I was like, "This is a little goofy." You guys want to say anything about like the first scene or first part?
I have a few things.
Okay,
go ahead.
So I just watched the first 7 Bond films back to back for some reason. I was just in the mood. And there's a little. This is very nitpicky of me, but it kind of bugged me because I just watched these Bond movies, and it's when she's flirting with fugly sci-fi or we call it scientist dude.
he wasn't fugly. He was just like so.
Okay,
funny.
compared to her, he is fugly.
That's true.
So she's like, "That's a 22 Beretta pointed at your nuts," and then she pulls it out. It's a Walther PPK. Like, it's clearly a Walther PPK.
There's a
PP gun. I was just like,
there's a PP
Maybe.
aimed at your PP.
Maybe, Thomas, she had 2 guns. She kept the one down there aimed at him, then she
No,
pulled a
and
different
the
one up
reason
here.
why-
Okay.
the reason
She's
why
like-
the reason why this bugged the hell out of me is because in Dr. No, James Bond carries a 22 Beretta. And then he goes in to see M. He's like, no, you need to change that out for the Walther PPK. And it's clearly a different gun.
So they just saw that scene and were like, "Oh, that's the gun we need."
Exactly. That's exactly what I think they did.
They got the wrong one.
They got the wrong gun.
That's pretty funny, actually.
And so I was just like, what's going on?
Thomas, you clipped. You hit some weird universe twist.
Anyway, that bugged me. Another thing I can't figure out in this universe is that, okay, so do you want me to do a quick like premise thing? Because we haven't mentioned the premise of the show at all.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, it's about like these spies who are like not just spies, but like super spies that work independently. It's almost like a lame version of what was it called? Kingsman.
Yeah, Kingsman.
But weirdly, like they're like, no, we're better than everybody else, though. I'm like, why? Like,
dude, in this world, there's spies to spy on spies to spy on spies. There's like
Exactly.
so many different like
exactly
little groups. I'm like, who isn't a spy in this?
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, is everybody they encounter like in John Wick like an assassin? Like, oh, he's an assassin too. But instead of it being like enjoyable, it's just like, okay, we get it. It's just all spies in this show, whatever. So anyway, like they have this independent spy network that doesn't work for any government. It just works for the people. I'm just like, I'm not sure how you can like operate on that, because who knows what you're doing anymore. And then apparently this counter independent spy ring comes in called Manticore. And
I kept thinking Manticore. I thought they were saying Manticore the whole
Yeah.
time. What the heck?
well, they kept like mispronouncing it. I was just like, okay. And apparently it kills all the Citadel agents, which is the independent spy ring. And then the two main characters have this little thing in their head that if they're compromised, it wipes their memory. And then that's where the premise is that these spies are trying to figure out who they were.
Wipes their memory, but also backs it up somehow into little
Yeah,
vials.
and the little vials of like goo that you
That makes
inject.
sense.
Yeah, and well, okay, and that's the thing that bugs me the most about this show is that the technology is inconsistent. I'm like, are we in the future? Are we now? Like, what's going on?
It's now
'cause-
with some future.
But the thing is, like, they had like those like microchips in their head that was like super futuristic, but then like, okay, in the same scene they have a Mossberg pump action shotgun. I'm just like, well, that seems pretty low tech for super spies. I don't know, like, and we'll get on to like the skiing part, which I was like, okay, that's
I forgot
interesting.
about that.
Was that the first episode or second?
It's the third
Right.
episode.
Oh,
Third?
okay.
Oh man, these all
Is it the
blended.
third? Wow.
I
They
watched
do
them-
blend in. That's the
I
thing.
watched
Okay.
them back to back to back, and I was also playing Zelda while I watched them. So I'm
Oh,
kind of like,
my.
oh, it's
I
somewhere
was
in
playing
there.
Death Stranding at the same time.
I'm
one
giving my full
concentrated on this.
attention.
I don't know. Like, okay, I will give it this. The leads are watchable. They have some chemistry. They are both very pleasing to look at. Just saying. Stanley Tucci is a treasure.
He's gorgeous.
And it will always be in my heart. But yeah, that's the first hot take for me. So let's go to Jared, I guess, or somebody else wants to take it.
Michael, you want to talk
hasn't-
about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael hasn't
Oh
talked about it.
goodness, this show, in essence, is just get to the action, get to the action, get to the action, get to the action. This is all the Russo brothers have been a part of, like executive producing, whatever the heck it is, like the freaking Netflix movie with Chris
The Gray
Evans.
Man.
Yeah, it's like just get to the action. Story, yeah, whatever, throw out the window. Get to the action, get to the action, get to the action. And like this show, the action's shot really well. Like the action
Yeah.
scenes, like the way the camera moves, the actual choreography is great. Like, but the in between, I'm like, this is the most typical. You've ripped off 12 different series / movies, and you're just
It's
Throwing
like
it
they
at the wall.
It's like they asked an AI to watch all the James Bond movies
and write a
like
script.
Spit
and
it
like write
out.
a script.
And
Yeah.
they're like, throw Jason Bourne in it. They can't remember anything.
Well, then they reference Jason Bourne. I'm just like, is that a thing in this universe too?
It's also very self-referential to like pop culture things. They do several things several times where I'm like, don't talk about that. You're taking me completely out. I'm not really
Right.
in this. I'm obviously in a Hyrule right now. I'm not in this, but you're still taking me further out of this than I could possibly be.
Who noticed? Okay, two things. Who noticed?
Oh, Grubhub?
The Grubhub on the freaking counter when they're doing breakfast, and then who noticed the Ford
The Ford manual.
manual on the
Here's out their
desk?
Ford manual on the table.
That bugged me so much. I was like, "What is
Stuff
that?"
that in the glove compartment. You don't leave that on the table.
What you guys?
Did I notice?
You don't use that as nighttime reading? What are you talking about?
Don't notice the Grubhub. It zooms out from the Grubhub to show the scene. And it
Brought to
bugged
you
me
by
too.
Grubhub.
It bugged me too because the little girl's like, "Dad, come up for breakfast," and I'm like,
Pancakes.
"Oh, that's nice. They made a little breakfast." And it's just Grubhub.
Also, okay, and he like talks about like that. What is it that when they're trying to break into that super complex or whatever, and he's like, "I've never been here. I can't afford to park here." I'm like, "Bullcrap, dude! I saw your house in Montana. That thing is like a 3-story house in the middle of like 5 acres that you own."
You're getting
Bullcrap.
Grubhub for breakfast. You're like,
Right, exactly.
How much is that bill to have it driven all the way out there, man?
Yeah.
That stuff's not cheap.
Okay.
Is he
Oh.
trying to build a Ford truck? Because he can't get his own food?
But it was these weird like little things. I'm just like, what's going on? But yeah, okay, go for it, Michael.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I watched all three in a row, so it's all kind of a blend. Where did the first one end? Like, are we just talking about the first episode? Or are we talking about all three of them?
Yeah, we're talking about the first one.
Okay, where did this one
First
end?
one ended with like
The
them
first one,
driving to wherever, and then it flashing back to where
Yeah.
Nadia.
Yeah, and she
Walked
came out of the
out of
water,
Yeah,
right?
he came out
Yeah.
of the water, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's so weird. Like it like tries to take itself seriously. The line I can't remember what the line was, but what's jumping out at me right now is the whenever they first have the whole like the dude shows up at his place. He's like, "We got to take you." Whatever, very dramatic. You get your whole family
Oh,
in the
yeah.
car, blah blah blah, and then they have some goofy line after that. It's like it flip flops so much where it's like, "Oh, serious goofy," and then another.
oh, where he's like, "I didn't have time to. We don't have time to have a cappuccino and talk about it."
Something like that. I was like,
And I'm
where-
sorry, but if you're Stanley Tucci, you do have time for a cappuccino.
He would
and
make the
talk.
time.
He would make the
I
time.
have a cappuccino machine in the car. And another thing that drives me, I found it really annoying about the show. It's not really about anything but like the camera work and everything, but like it starts off in the train. And it's very dramatic, insane lighting coming through, and I was like, okay, this is very like artsy
I
fartsy. It
do-
kind of it feels like a memory almost. Like it's very heavily like filters.
Hazy,
what I feel like.
hazy, whatever.
Yeah, I do not like the cinematography.
Yeah, and so
on this
I was like, oh,
you know.
this is just gonna be the first scene. It's gonna be the past thing, whatever. It's like you feel hazy, like you're in a dream, whatever. That's the whole show. Like they get to the house, and you feel like you're in some weird dream effect where lights literally beaming in like God's mooning you through the window. You're like, holy cow, man!
And whoever's the cinematographer loves that transition shot from upside down to right
Yeah.
side up, because they use it like 6 times in 3 episodes. I'm like, okay,
that's really
get
popular
it.
right now. Like it's ridiculous. Everyone who's like
Ugh.
doing like YouTube videos or something like is doing that. They have the whole like on the table flip. Like Happy's literally did it on their Instagram today. Anyway,
And the thing about the last part of that episode is like, oh, is she alive? And then like 2 seconds later, it's like, yep.
yeah,
yeah, it's like they make. Yeah, they try and like make a big whole deal. That's another thing. They answer things so quickly. Like, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
like Thomas mentioned before, like they have to try and get the whole stories about getting the memory back. She gets her memory back like that.
the second episode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
like boom, and then she's like, oh, I'm gonna kick butt. But
Yeah.
Hold
Let's go
on.
to the second episode.
Hold on, no.
Go ahead, Jared.
Here's my
Finish.
big tangent on this
Okay,
last.
okay.
all
this
right,
first
let's do
episode.
this.
Okay, it's stupid, but okay. When he's downstairs, oh no, he's like in his shed. There's a little suitcase full of items from the crash, right?
Mhm.
He picks it up off the shelf. It was face down. He picks it up, so now it's like right side up. Takes it to the table, flops it down, opens it. The items are perfectly spread out, so you can see each one. And I was like, oh, maybe there's like some
They're not
padding,
like,
so he like
in the
keeps
corner
it.
or something like that.
Yeah, so he keeps it like in place. He throws a ring and it's like a hollow box. It's like, and like, so I was like, there's no way they would all be on like the edge. I was so bothered by
it's
this. I
all
was like,
perfectly laid out.
yeah, I was so bothered. Like I wrote this down. I thought about it. It's like maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I didn't see something. but it bothered me so much.
Yeah, definitely wasn't paying enough attention for that.
But that's all I had to get that off my chest because it bothered me so badly.
Yeah, this first episode did not stick at all for me. It was super cliche. The writing wasn't very good. Like Michael said, the action parts is just like the best part. And then we go to episode 2, which you guys gotta help me with this one because this is the one I don't remember much. Nadia emerges. I thought this one got a little better because
this one was way better than the first one for me.
Yeah,
Like just like pace wise, action wise, and the fact that they got the characters back together, which I kind of liked. The only thing I didn't like was Nadia getting her memory back like right away.
Yeah,
yeah. I told you that she got her little vial broken too, and so
I like they both don't remember. That would have been cool, or at least wait a while to give her back her memory.
But I don't know, like just for me, it was better paced too. Like the first episode was kind of disconnected, didn't really fit together very well. But this one was a little better. I mean, not much happens besides like Nadia getting the memory back and then moving on.
Well, it shows her after the train, and then she like gets picked up by that.
That was weird.
Dude,
though.
That was kind of dark, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was just like, is just every dude that like rescues a person like going to violate a woman? Is that just like automatic setting now? I guess
you can't say women anymore, Thomas.
Yeah, apparently
people
not.
will be like, "Oh, he's doing something."
Yeah.
I was also thinking about it because I was like, man, why? I kind of had those thoughts whenever I was watching that scene. I was like, man, why is it that if a guy finds someone like that and they take him back to the house, why is it always got to be bad like that? I'm like, well, I guess if you did find someone, you wouldn't ever take them back to your house.
Yeah,
you take them to the hospital. So it's kind of a given that they're going to be, creepy right off the bat because no one would take you. Like, you're not going to find someone. Oh, you got in a car wreck here. Let me take you home. Put you in my bed for a week and a half.
I didn't like the line just because it's cliche where she was like hospital now, and he's like, "No, we're staying here." And she was like, "It was for you." I was like, "All right, that's fine, I guess."
Okay, I did like the
bad.
fight scene with Nadia and what is the guy's name? It's not Mason. I mean, it is Mason, but what's his cover name? Like Kyle or something like that.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah, Kyle Conroy.
Kyle, yeah. And I like it when he's trying to explain that to her and he's like, I am backing up. And he's like not backing up the suitcase. He's like, huh. And then I like how she was like kind of coming into her own before she got her memory back. Yeah. And she's like, she stabs, she's like, I'm so sorry.
I like right before that, whenever it was, I laughed pretty hard at this. And he's like, yes, you were a spy. And he chunks the knife at her. And he's like, you were supposed to catch it. And I was gonna say, see, how would you not do that? That was really funny.
But that's the thing is, I wish they kind of kept that going instead of like immediately getting Nadia's memory back.
That's what I was talking about. Like they bounce from like trying to be serious and then have a good joking, fun comedy about two spies. Like, make your mind. Do you want a drama or do you want like?
Yeah,
it doesn't balance it very well. It's just like back and forth.
I think that's part of the frustrating part is that it could work as like a comedy almost.
Yeah.
Because those parts actually I like a lot, but then they try to like flip it over and you're like, oh no, it's gritty.
We have a past, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what was it like?
Well, the whole time when they first meet, he's like, we were together, right? Right.
I can
just say yes, please,
please, for the love of God.
Let me dream, woman.
This show, like, it wants to be like old spy TV, like Mission Impossible and stuff like that. But it's like it has to be new too. So it would have been fun if it just a comedy about two people who were spies but can't remember that they were spies. That would make a great movie.
Also, so the big thing about this is that they have that case that has all of the world's nuclear launch codes. How? Like,
because they can.
They're the super spies.
Well, I was just like, this is like a 4-year-old wrote, like, it's like, I'm not just a spy, I'm a super duper spy. I am not just a secret, I'm a secret agent. That's what I am. It's like, I have not just have like America's. Yes. I don't just have America's launch codes. I have the world's launch codes. I'm like, huh?
This episode we were introduced to
the
evil
twins?
lady, like
evil
lady, yes, who is desperate to let
Oh
you know
yeah,
how
she's
intimidating she is.
Forgot about her.
I'll bury your wife in my rose garden. I'm like,
Yeah, she's saying the most like edgelord stuff you can think of at the moment.
Who were those twins? I've seen them from something.
I don't know, but okay, I kind of enjoyed them. They're kind of funny. I did enjoy something that's later on in the other episode, but I don't know.
And then every middle-aged woman in this show has been married to Stanley Tucci.
It's true.
It's
I
like
mean,
That line was
everyone.
so terrible where she was like, he's like, this is my ex-wife. And then she's like, this is my wife. It's like,
That's the only line that woman gets.
Yes!
By the way.
It's not even a
like,
character.
her
Where did
wife?
she go?
yeah, she just doesn't appear at all.
she's not a character. She's just a cardboard cutout or something. It's like,
Well, she just goes like this, like, and that's all you see of her. I'm like,
it could have been like, hey, this is our like IT specialist. No, this is my wife. It's just like, also they could just say that. It was so stupid.
that was so bizarre. And then they're also like, where's our? She's down, or like Kyle's daughter and wife are like taken away to the safe house or whatever. And he's like, where's my daughter? He's like, don't worry, she's downstairs. My daughter. We don't see his daughter for this entire episode. We see her in the next episode, but we're not introduced at all to her. And so when she shows up in the third episode, I was like, who the hell are you?
Oh,
Oh,
and then they this is the part where they're like, "Oh, where'd you meet your husband?" I also was in a crash like situation and don't remember crap. It's like, well, she's a spy or
she's a
something.
spy too. Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's where I know him from, a Liam Neeson movie.
Of course it is.
He played Thor in a
In-
Danish dark fantasy feature called Valhalla.
Fair enough.
Thomas is like, "I'll be right back."
I'm about to say, like, I'll see you guys later.
I also didn't like the line where he was like, "Spies don't smile when you smile."
Oh yeah.
Have you seen James Bond?
All he does is grin, like, hey, what up?
And then
It's like 90% of their job is to smile.
Then we go to the third episode, where this is the episode that really just, for me, it just needs to be the Stanley Tucci show, because he's like the best part, and I just wanted to show off his character, because he gets into this, so he gets tortured by not Helen Mirren, and he like, the twins come and they're like, yeah, we're gonna torture you too.
Well, there's only one twin now.
Yeah, what happened to the other one? I don't
The other
know.
one died.
Nadia killed him. Yeah.
Oh, did he die from that?
Yeah.
It wasn't super clear, but yes, he did die. Because even I was just like, "Where's the other twin?"
At first, I thought she stabbed him with her brain juice. I was like,
Yeah,
"Whoa,
that's
where
what I
is this
thought.
going?" At?
Well, yeah, because she's like holding it, and then she has like
Yeah.
an empty vial, but it's not really super clear that it's empty.
Yeah.
So-
So I was like, "Where is this going?
You're
Is
gonna
he
be me, and we're
turn
gonna have two
into
of
her?"
us.
That would be kind of a cool premise, to be injected with somebody else's memories. And see, even we came up with a better premise for a show.
All right.
But
Before we get off on other things, or we talk about other things, I'm gonna go back to cinematography in this episode, because we finally get like a sexy scene. Because you knew it was coming between these two, because they're like, we reunite them, right? And then, like,
right.
And then she's always jealous when he mentions his wife. She doesn't even like hide it. She's just like, oh. But anyway, there's this sexy scene, and it's just rotating like this, and I'm getting sick. I'm like,
You just see projectile vomit come from behind the camera. Like, "Ugh."
Well, even the cameraman's like,
So I thought, and then there's an act. This is the action one where they're like on the mountain, right?
"Oh my god, activate your ski boots." That's a line. That is a line in the show.
Yeah, I was laughing
I
pretty
thought
hard
before
at that. point.
the action was pretty cool, but
yeah.
What I don't get is how, okay, again, stickler for guns here. So he just has that one pistol, right? And he has that tight tight skin suit, right?
Oh, you noticed that, huh, Thomas?
Yeah, that suit and that tight.
Kind of hard to not notice that. And I'm just like, all right, cool. He's gonna take out a few guys, get their guns or whatever. No, he holds on to the same pistol the whole freaking
That's all he
way.
needs, man.
Never reloads. I was just like, what's going on? What is
It's
this?
the future. Magical
Activate your
bullets.
ski boots.
Future guns.
Well, then they're not like future guns at one point because then they have like that. Okay, I will admit the cool auto turret on the ski or the snowmobile, which was kind of cool. But then he just gets the crap beat out of him.
This was such like a Pierce Brosnan. Like,
Yeah, this was
James
like Die
Bond
Another
scene.
Day
Yeah.
type stuff. Like,
Michael, did you want to talk about the mountain? 'Cause I feel like you really.
I
wanted
just
to
thought
talk
it was
about the mountain.
hilarious. They all just like jump off Spy Kid style, zooming down the mountain, man.
I will admit, I was laughing pretty much the entire time. Like,
Is this the this is the flashback part, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I was confused. I was like, hold on, okay, yeah.
You could
do a
tell
lot of
they
time
were
jumps.
very embarrassed because they would zoom in on his face like this close when he was skiing. And it
yeah.
was like he would like take a shot real fast and then go zoom back right here.
Don't
Like-
look at anything else. Just
Okay, so I looked up some stuff on this. Apparently, this show cost $300 million to make.
Mhm.
Dang.
Yeah, it's like
For
one of
6
the most
episodes.
expensive. Yeah, one of the most expensive shows ever to be made.
Really?
It does
Amazon.
not-
What does that sound
well,
like? Lord of the
it
Rings?
does not show like at all.
Rings
Like-
of power.
Well, okay, no, Rings of Power. I understand what cost so much was the licensing for that. But this show
I'm just taking
is
shots because they ruined it and it made me sad.
Oh no, they did ruin it. It's a trash show. But
It's weird because they
None-
got good action shows. They got Reacher.
I
They
know.
got the Terminal List, and
Terminalist is great.
even
That
Jack
is-
Ryan season
No.
3 or it was good. It's
Amazon
No,
is
it's
just
not.
kind of like
It's not.
do
It's not a
everything.
good show.
They have like they need a quality bar. to, like-
That is shocking the amount that you just told me because I was like, does this kind of feel like CW or like
Yeah,
sci-fi
it
almost?
feels-
yeah.
It feels like an FX show.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, there's a good
exactly. And it's just I don't see the production budget at all in this. And like give it to the AI writers right now because it's probably better than what this is. So
Or give it to us. We'll write it.
or we'll write it. We came up with
got
the
ideas.
premise right then and there.
It'll be hilarious and sexy at the same time.
Yeah.
Great
so this one-
tagline.
I thought this one ended interesting because Stanley Tucci's like, "Hey, you know your daughter? I know where she is, or not her. Is it his daughter? Or is it
It's his wife.
girlfriend?
Or girlfriend, wife, whatever. Love of his
Okay.
life.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like, I know where
but it's
she
the
is.
it's the guy torturing him's daughter, or the guy that's gonna torture him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the guy. It's the guy's torturing him. That's his wife, is who he's talking about, or
Yeah.
the love of his life is what he says. I think.
I thought it was the main character's wife who got hit by a car is the one he's talking about, which is the guy's daughter who's about to stab him in the brain.
It's not a daughter, it's a
Not
love
a daughter.
interest.
yeah, it's a love interest.
Is a love interest of the old guy?
He's
No.
The twin.
Of the twin.
Yeah, the twin.
Yeah, but he's like
It's
older.
confusing while we're describing.
I
He's
it.
thought-
pretty. He
I
looks
thought he
pretty
was
old.
saying it was his daughter because he was like, I know what happened to your
No.
daughter. I think it's his daughter.
Maybe it could be.
That's what I thought. 'cause
I
that's-
swear to you right now, Michael, it said it was the love of his life.
That's
Yeah,
what I
but that
heard.
could be his daughter.
That's weird.
I think it's his daughter.
I don't think you say that about your children.
At least I hope you don't.
But I thought that was interesting. I was like,
Yeah.
why can't we
I
have
didn't-
Stanley Tucci, the main character, just this guy who's like a mastermind spy?
Yeah, just like the guy that like tells all the spies what to do. He's like the Simon Pegg, the IT
Mm-hmm.
guy. Just give us that movie.
I will admit
Sure.
that I actually liked that ending. I was like, oh, okay. I kind of want to watch the next episode now.
Yeah.
I was like, even though it was like we called like the woman having the car crash was a spy, but I didn't picture her to be this connected to the twin. I didn't expect that. So I will admit that that was a good twist, and I was like, oh, okay. I'll keep watching now, just to make
Yeah.
fun of it. But
I
I'll keep
immediately
watching.
moved on to something else, but
I like you guys. I don't really find the two leads that compelling, or
They're just
Like they
very
have that
sexy.
much chemistry.
They're just very, very sexy. Like
yeah.
Enjoyable.
they're
It's
very,
kind
very
of like
sexy.
Eternals with that guy's
Yeah.
character and the lead
Which
actress
is-
in that one. I'm like, ugh.
I just realized something. This is the second time that I watch Richard Madden in a show where the opening episode is on a train and it's like during a terrorist attack. Because he did another one for
Bodyguard.
Bodyguard. Bodyguard is amazing.
It's not. I've seen a little bit. It's pretty good.
It is fantastic. Well, compared to this, it's like,
Yeah,
oh my
it's
god,
amazing.
it's Oscar worthy. But I was watching this. I was like, this is the second time I've watched Richard Madden fight terrorists on a train in the first episode of a series. So and he's still, I don't know.
Kind of related. We'll go off on a little tangent since we got some time. Did anyone see the trailer for Extraction 2?
Yes,
What'd you think?
that was weird. You were dead. Well, just kind of dead. So my-
Oh yeah, that makes.
I have another
Thinking about that
question.
movie, I'm like, oh yeah, they did kind of.
he was clearly
it seem-
dead.
Yeah.
That's really
Like he was
the
shot
first-
up and drowned.
Yeah.
I have a related question to this. Did anyone see who they made as the chief action director of Netflix?
Who?
They have a chief action director?
They do now.
Who is he?
You want to know who the chief of apparently all the action movies of Netflix and everything? Arnold Schwarzenegger is now the chief
Really?
action director of Netflix as of today.
How could they afford him?
Why is he doing it? Is the better
I
question.
know!
It's like-
No, I can see why he's doing it because it's an easy gig.
but yeah, true.
But
like,
he
what
has
is he?
to-
What do you
they
even
have-
do?
They have to be paying him millions
I
of
have no
dollars.
idea. I was like, I saw it today, and I was like, what does any of that mean? Does he have say?
I
So
know.
they brought up the
Does
Extraction
this
2.
mean we're going to get all of his action movies on?
Is he
Netflix?
just like a mascot? Like
That's kind of
Ryan
what I
Reynolds
feel
for
like.
Rent?
I don't know, man. It was the
I could
most
watch
bizarre
Predator
thing.
right now and be happy. Ooh, I think I might do that next, actually.
man, they're just wasting money. These streaming sites. What are they doing?
I saw it today. I was like, this seems like an April Fool's joke. But
He
it's
will govern the
not.
action over at Netflix. How dare you?
Apparently,
He will fill in the potholes
Like
of
he-
Netflix, sir.
He did a great job governing California. Put him in charge of Netflix action movies.
Please, something
Oh,
work.
man. Yeah,
We're
They
tired
can't
of having
afford-
ads on our website.
I
They
found
can't
that
afford
funny.
writers, but they can get Arnold to.
I know. It's like,
They consulted the AI. They're like, what should we do? Hire Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I mean,
Genius.
Stallone would make like a little more sense because he's actually like
Uh,
done stuff behind the
yeah.
camera.
I'm about to say a writer and a competent filmmaker. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say Arnold isn't like a draw, but he's like an on-screen personality. He has like no like writing that I know of.
I need to see this first film he helps.
dude, I can't wait. I
Yeah.
hope he cameos in all of them, and it's just becomes
Yes.
some weird
He's
universe
like
of
M. Night
Arnold.
Shyamalan or something.
Is this like the Netflix expanded universe now?
I hope so. He's just like
All
the
the
He's-
Thanos.
he shows
For
up in
Arnold.
he shows up in Stranger Things.
Dude, that'd be kind of cool if he was like a,
11.
they should make him like a whatchamacallit, upside down creature thing. That'd be fun.
This is how you shoot it, Hopper. You do it like this.
Okay, more TV stuff.
You're the commie hopper.
I've been meaning to ask you, Michael, because I know you watch this show. What the heck is going on with Ted Lasso? Because everyone's freaking out.
Were they?
Yeah, I just
Oh.
hear it like, wow, went off the cliff, or
I caught up last night on the most recent episode. I didn't care for the beginning of the season, but I've liked the rest of it so far. They've had some really, really great episodes. They've had a lot of like personal episodes, not really like progressing the story, but like individual storytelling like episodes of like, hey, these two characters go off and kind of bond a thing, or like it's the week off for the season, so everyone goes off and does their little adventures, whatever. They've had I think 3 or 4 of those episodes. They've been great. But I guess I could see why in the main story they kind of drop a lot of stuff, or like a big thing they were leading up. So, do any of you watch the show? Have any of you seen it?
I probably never will.
So, I mean, the show is actually genuinely. I mean, the show is worth watching just for Jason Sudeikis. Like that's why you watch the show, is because he's flipping incredible in it. But anyway, there's a main guy in the first 2 seasons. Yeah, the first 2 seasons. He's kind of like the water boy, kind of. He just kind of sets everything up, whatever. But he's like really. I feel like they set it up very poorly, but he's supposed to have like a great genius at strategy for football, for soccer. And so
Strategy in football.
yeah. And so he feels like he's underutilized. So at the end of season 2, like he goes off and he joins the rival team, whatever, and he becomes the head coach over there somehow.
From
and-
water boy to head coach.
Yeah, and so massive spoilers if anyone who's watching this cares about the season 3, the most recent episode. You have 2 seconds to click off. 0 seconds now. All right.
All right, spoil
So
it.
like the
Do it.
beginning of season 3, you know, like it's like he hates Ted for silly reasons in my opinion, but they chose to go that way with the story, and I was like, okay, sure. They're gonna have some rivalry that builds up, whatever, blah 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 blah. And they kind of build all the way up. Then they start last night's episode with Nate quits his job at the rival coaching thing. And you're like, huh? I literally went and I was like, did I miss an episode? What the heck happened? What?
Is Nate the water boy?
Nate's the water boy. My bad.
Oh,
Okay.
And so,
Okay.
so like Nate quit his head coaching job of the rival thing and this whole building up thing. You're expecting some showdown in the end or some sort of reconciliation. I mean, you can kind of see where Nate throughout the season is like almost regretting his choice or realizing what he did wrong. But like he left for reasons not involving Ted or anyone in his team, and then it just starts the episode with him gone, excuse me. And I mean, I liked what they did with his character because it feels more realistic than the end of season 2 where he just got really, really pissed and bailed. But maybe that's why people are screaming.
Maybe.
don't know.
I don't know.
He is recast as Adam Sandler, and he's like, that's some high quality H2O.
I will say,
Bobby Boucher.
in the realm of TV, which I think it's probably over. I know the director said that she could come up with a new season, but I hope they end it, or I hope this is the end. But I just finished right before we started this, The Great season 3 on Hulu.
Oh yeah.
Show's freaking fantastic, and I think that was the end. I'm assuming, and I've always loved that show, but like it's so good. And Elle Fanning is like incredible in this season. Like,
You know how it ends, Michael?
how the show ends.
No, how the
I just-
dynasty ends.
Oh, I was like, I just watched it. No, I don't. I don't.
They all die.
Oh, nice. Sounds about
Yeah.
right. But it was very, very, very good show.
Jared, were you able to watch the trailer for season 2 of The Bear?
No,
I didn't
not
watch
yet.
it. I don't want to watch it. I kind of
Looks
just
good.
wanna
You
see
don't
what
want to watch
happens.
it?
Yeah.
Looks good.
Looks
But
good.
when
Going
it-
to
I'm
watch
pretty
it?
excited. It doesn't
That's
give
next
anything
month,
away,
right?
really. Yeah.
Yeah, June. Yeah,
Ooh, next one.
June
I'm
22nd. I think.
surprised they got something out so quickly though, because
No
it
joke.
only ended like last year, didn't it?
It wasn't very long. It doesn't look very
True.
long either.
Good.
That's fine.
Do what you
Yeah.
want. And leave. Be done.
I
wasn't,
agree.
wasn't the biggest fan of how the first season ended. So, but
Well,
this
good.
one looks like it'll be more of the same.
Honestly, I could have been fine with just them ending it.
Yeah, I kind of
Like-
thought that was it.
yeah, I
thought
wanted
so
them
too,
to end
yeah.
it, yeah.
But I liked what I saw in the trailer. I'm pretty excited.
I didn't see enough of of his friend, his best friend.
Oh yeah.
Richie.
Yeah, because that's like
From
my favorite
Andor?
character.
Oh,
Yeah.
the cousin?
Yeah, because that's like my favorite character on that show.
He's so good in that show.
Mm.
God,
I
he's
got
good.
stabbed. I got stabbed.
I love that. That's right. Like,
You got stabbed
right?
and you didn't say anything. That was pretty cool. Yeah.
What else? Did you guys got anything else TV wise? I'm watching Succession. For me,
I started
that-
it.
You started it?
It gets
Yeah.
good.
It
Like
does because I'm
yeah.
like
the first like 3
I'm
episodes
so
are
bored.
like are well,
Like,
it
you're
set-
all
it's-
unpleasant, but not in a good way so far.
Yeah.
it sets a lot of stuff up.
Yeah.
I want to finish it because I'm hearing like the third
Yeah,
season.
that's why I started
is
it.
like
I
nuts.
kind of like the first 2 better than the next 2, but that's just me. It
It's-
kind of gets the samey for me. It's like, oh, okay, I've seen this over and over again, but
It's very interesting though. It's all about the
Yeah.
acting though, and it's really good. The acting's really really good.
Yeah.
So, but
there's but there was like a really good scene in this last episode that I watched, so it still has great scenes in it. Basically, whenever there's like a dialogue of just 2 people talking, that's probably where it's at.
it's
better.
especially between the older, not the oldest brothers, but the 2 brothers are some of my favorites. One of the favorites is when they're trying to go through like profits or sorry things that are make money for the company. It's like we're gonna do this. We're gonna do what is it? VR? No, VR is a bubble. VR is maybe.
I did watch.
I'm also. Oh,
go
go ahead.
ahead.
I was also watching Unicorn Warriors Eternal.
The bananas
Tartak-
is that?
Is that Tarakovsky one?
Yeah, so it's from the creator Samurai Jack. This one, it's interesting. It's got an interesting art style. It looks like old
Is it-
school anime, like 009 or Astro Boy.
Is it like bloody?
No, it's not at all.
Okay.
That was Primal.
Primal, yeah.
Heck. It's like if you guys saw his Symbiotic Titan, it's very much like that.
Can't believe they cut it off at the first season, man.
I know.
So good.
Any other TV thoughts?
We watched Visions.
Oh yeah, we watched Visions. Not as good as the first volume.
Sad.
I watched Jack Ryan and
You
hated
didn't
it.
like it?
Nope.
I liked the last season.
Especially since I've been reading like almost all of Tom Clancy's books, and that is an abomination, and No Remorse is also an abomination, and kind of pisses
Yeah.
me off.
It does
Not
have
gonna
a
lie.
first-
really cool prison scene though. That
It
prison
has,
scene's
it has
really
cool action scenes, but it's also incredibly stupid. Like
The first two seasons of Jack Ryan, I will admit, weren't very good. I did like the third one.
Well, I just finished Clear and Present Danger, and that is one of the better of his books. And man, like John Clark is so cool, so much cooler. Domingo Chavez is one of my favorite characters. He's like one of the Mexican guys. And that the thing is, I watched No Remorse too, and at the very end of it, it's like, I'm going to call it Rainbow. And I'm like, okay, we've skipped 25 years. How are we going to make that work? So, but I heard they're not even doing a No Remorse 2 or whatever now. I don't know.
I doubt it. Yeah.
And
Too busy making a Creed anime.
yeah, Jerry perked up.
He's like, what?
Do tell.
That is
but
happening,
I watched,
Oh
I
my
watched-
god.
but yeah, I watched Jack Ryan, and that's about it, really. It's like I said, I watched all the James Bonds for some reason. I was just in a mood.
That's not TV, Thomas.
Yeah.
Oh,
Speaking of
sorry.
TV,
Sorry.
Michael, what do you got?
Apart from The Great, which is great, and everyone should watch it, but no one ever listens to me. For some reason, no
That's
one
true,
will watch
we-
this show. I've told
we
everyone.
don't.
Everyone I know, I've told to watch it. Anyway, the person that does watch it, Ben's wife watches it, so I have someone to talk to about. Barry's almost done. I think it has 2 episodes. left.
Oh, is it almost done?
almost.
Okay, because I want to wait till
It's
all
so
to be done,
good. So
'cause-
it's such a bounce. It's the opposite of Citadel, to where Citadel doesn't do the goofy and the serious well. This does the goofy and serious so freaking well because it's so stupid and they're
Dude.
so psychotic. But the characters are great. The story's great. It does do some weird things that I didn't expect in the final season, where there's a little bit of a time jump. Didn't expect it. So I'm curious how they wrap it up because they've
Time jump is very trendy. I'm noticing.
especially in the
if
final
we-
season. It's like, oh, we're gonna wrap it all up.
Yeah,
in some
because
weird
I
way.
just I finished Better Call Saul the last season.
Oh wow,
Very good.
I really want to watch that.
I like Better Call Saul. One of my favorite characters of all time is Saul Goodman. And
I'm
then
thinking about picking that up.
Maisel. Maisel.
Thank
true.
you. I was
Yeah,
gonna ask-
They keep starting like in the future, and then they jump back to her. Yeah.
Alex appears.
Basil?
That's where he's been this whole time. He's just been filming Maisel. I haven't been a huge fan of this.
Me
this-
neither.
It's just not very good.
don't-
like.
It has that tone of like nothing ends well, and like
Yeah,
you've already
right.
set me up to not look forward to this ending
Well,
at all.
especially the turn of like the, the
We're
gangsters.
only, I feel like we're only probably 4 episodes in,
Okay, well,
but I do know that. Yeah. So
But the
we've seen
gangsters- the
Joel in prison and
gangsters-
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the gangsters like turn out to be like actual mobsters. Like
Yeah.
the impression I got from these guys is that they're just kind of like these bumbling guys.
Yeah, just kinda
and
like
then
Goofy thugs.
in season 4, they're like, no, we kill people, like legitimately kill people. I'm just like, that's a tonal shift from, hey, we're just gonna help you be friends, and but yeah, it's just
Yeah, it's just something about it. I think it goes too heavy actually on the future
It's
stuff.
it's kind of mean spirited too. Like
Yeah, it feels
just-
very. I'm very curious how they wrap this up. And
Mhm.
tie all
I
the
did
things
like
in.
I did like the last one I watched. So I will say that for me it does get a little better, but the first 4 episodes especially, I'm just like, I don't I don't like this season.
I do really
Yeah.
I like Susie in it though a lot with her like
yeah,
running.
Susie's great.
Her
I love
doing all of
Susie.
her stuff, she's kind of just in this weird flow, and then whenever she like confronts that guy in like the gay bathhouse, whatever, she's like,
Susie's great. Susie's like a Saul for me too.
Yeah.
I just love characters like that are like super sleazy, but
Yeah.
are good at their sleaziness.
doing what they need to do.
Well,
yeah.
what I don't, one of the biggest things for me is like the ending of season, was it 4, right? The last season was that it had Maisel like standing out in front of that billboard, like, I'm going to do it my way.
Oh, yeah.
And then what does she
Yeah.
do? She becomes a staff writer. I'm like,
I
Yeah.
know. And this show has
Way to
all,
go.
the best part of this show has always been her stand-up stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
we haven't really seen any of it so far.
Yeah, we get
Just
some.
that first episode, really. Whenever or what first or second episode when she does it for the talk show guy, or he when he's
Yeah.
there. That's kind of really all we see.
So
I don't know.
hopefully the ending. That's that. I was a little surprised that
I
they
will
wrote
say-
May off.
That
That
for
was
me,
weird,
that
yeah.
pissed me off
That was
so
I don't know if
much.
That looks like something was going on in the background or something. I don't know, but it was
Maybe.
weird.
Was
That
weird.
that made me mad. I was just like, okay, all that character development we had for her, just like, bah.
I know.
I will admit though that Joel has become like one of my favorite characters.
I do
Yeah,
really like
Joel's-
him.
Like
Joel's cool.
almost like as a personal respect type stuff. Like I'm like that's a true man right there. Like
Mhm.
even after like the the stuff that he did in the first season.
Yeah, he's really made a 180.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's like some legit character growth. I was like, I really like his character now. But no, that's all I got.
Okay.
I have one more thing
Jared-
I watched.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Watched the only episodes that have released of that show Silo on Apple TV with
Hmm.
Rebecca Ferguson, and it had Rashida Jones at the beginning of it. It's basically like that whole like the typical kind of sci-fi thing to where like, hey, the world's poison, we are all trapped in this bunker together basically, and no one can get it, no one can leave.
I feel like Apple has like a lot of like hidden sci-fi stuff that I really should get on.
Dude, Apple rarely misses. I will say the
Yeah,
show
Apple.
Like they had the foundation, like, but nobody's
Yeah,
talking
that
about
wasn't
that.
great. I watched
That's
it.
so sad, and the books are so good.
The main character is super annoying.
I've only seen the first episode of that. I need to continue it, but
Severance is great. I love Severance.
Severance is great.
I've heard that is good.
That one with Will Ferrell was really good.
that was fantastic. I'm also watching the Big Door Prize with the guy from IT Crowd, Chris O'Dowd.
Oh, Chris O'Dowd. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's good. It's not great, but the Silo
They
is
they
what?
don't have a lot, but when they get stuff,
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
but this show is basically it's doing a good job of like that kind of, because at first I was like, oh, this is the typical, hey, no one goes outside, but they have weird like rules to where like if you say I want to go outside, they let you go. They're like, sure, but you have to go clean the cameras so we can keep looking outside. Like that's the one thing. It's a weird thing, but they're doing a
Like
good job. Of, like,
anti-vampire.
they're doing a good job because you think, oh, of course the government's hiding it. They want to keep everyone here for some reason, or the government, whoever's in charge. But they're doing a good job of making you wonder, like, is it actually not safe out there? Like they're really, really testing. Henny, quit. They're really, really so far they're doing a good job of actually making me wonder, like questioning a lot of things, like even like the characters questioning, because everyone thinks like Rashida Jones is the first person that like she discovers something, all like old records are banned of everything that happened before, whatever, and she's the first person like I want to go outside, and then there's only 3 other people that have ever done it, and they have them on the cameras and they just fall over and die. But it's very, very interesting show. But Rebecca Ferguson's great, so I like her a lot.
What was it called?
Like-
Silo?
Silo.
I like how you describe it. No one goes outside, but I want to.
No, go
Okay.
outside, but they want to. But it's not great. But so far, I enjoy the mysteries keep me going with that one. But
Jared, I know you're not the biggest TV guy, so anything on your radar?
Just what you've told me, like Bear season 2, I can't wait for. Oh, go ahead.
did you ever watch End of the Effing World?
No, never.
That's basically like
Michael, I hate TV. It is hard
listen,
to watch
listen,
TV.
listen. I would put that. It's 8 episodes. The first season, 8 episodes, and they're
Are they
two,
8?
they're 2 kind of contained seasons. So you have season 1, season 2, both 8 episodes, and like the Bears here's End of the Effing World. Boom.
Dang.
They're very not similar in story or anything, but like quality, they are very,
Oh.
very, very, very much on par.
I did
So
watch
good.
Jack Reacher or
You did?
Reacher.
The new Reacher.
It was all right. It was
It's
kind of
all
funny.
right. People love it. I don't love it.
It's
Uh,
kind of corny in
Yeah.
a way, but like I understand what they're going for. But
Out of the three, I think Terminal List is the best.
Terminalist is great.
I've heard that
That
was really good.
is, it's pretty like it gets pretty brutal too. Though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and a lot of the guys from Black Rifle actually consulted on it, so it was kind of cool.
Very
That's
cool
a good show.
Jared, I don't know what you would like. That one on Hulu with Steve Carell was really
need to
I've
good.
finish
been
that.
wanting to watch that because I saw the trailer for it and I kind of want to watch it.
Yeah, that one was really good. I don't
Does
remember
every
how it ends up.
episode of a show need to be an hour? Because I just want half-hour.
Jared,
half-hour clips.
Jared, end of the effing world, 30 minutes.
No, there we go.
I need
Sold.
8 episodes, 30 minutes. Watch it,
I need-
please.
I need to finish The Expanse. I didn't watch the last season. I want to though.
Wait, what
I
is
tried.
what is that on, Michael?
Netflix.
Okay.
All right. I think that's going to do it for us. I think we talked more about other shows than the show we reviewed. But, what do you guys
What
think?
show did we review again?
Do you think we continue with the Citadel?
Is it only 6? Like
It's
it
only
ends at-
6.
Might as well.
I'm about to say we're already halfway through. So
You
might
guys
as
could
well do
just
it.
watch all 3 seasons of The Great as well. Just an idea.
All right, we had Alex with Ms. Maisel. Now we have you with the Great.
The Great
So-
is so good. Nicholas Holt is a gem, and he
you just said it
deserves
was
to be
so good, not
cherished.
great.
It is great.
What was he going to be in? I forget. Superman. They're talking
Oh.
about Superman.
Oh, for Lex. Yeah, who's gonna be
Yeah.
Lex?
Oh, Lex was like he's
not
No,
Yeah,
Superman.
that's what I thought at first. I was like, Superman, him, and then I saw Lex. Like, oh, okay, makes sense.
no.
That makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So if you want more good stuff, subscribe, like, and notify yourself, and we will get back to you. Hopefully, we'll do a Citadel review at the end of the
What was that?
We'll do it. I don't know.
No, Joseph.
Your camera just lost it.
Really? What did it
You go,
do?
we'll just do a thing. You just like repeated that tone a bunch and then you continued on. It was kind of great.
Well, if you want weird stuff, check out our other show. That's weird stuff. You'll get some of the references we made in this episode. So, thanks for watching, guys. See ya.
Bye.
Oh.